Okay. Alright, Libra. I'm back with y'all here. Monthly readings. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo. What is hidden for you guys? What is going on? Ooh, what is going on? Libra, Libra, Libra. Tower and the 3 of Wands. Some of y'all may be finally getting the move to move on from certain things, though, necessarily. Sometimes y'all can get stuck in your own thought process, so sometimes the Tower moment has to awaken in your life so you can be able to move on from certain narratives or move on for certain situations. Being forced to be able to make a decision. It's like, yeah, this is some shit I gotta do. Alright, last one. Bottom of the deck, you got 5 of Cups. I said that though. Time to make a decision and to move on. 3 of Wands again. What this is? Queen of Cups. Jesus. Bang, bang, bang. Ooh, 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 ooh. You got Queen of Swords reverse. Jesus Christ. Where these mosquitoes eat me up? I know this nigga better not ride by on this goddamn street with that motorcycle. I'll tell you that. He keep his ass on. Yeah, they getting on my fucking nerves, man. Dead ass. They be doing too much. Like we can do though. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, not really. I don't care. Yeah, I can hear it. Ooh, girl. Overall mood, you got the Tower. I said that though. The Tower. The Tower. Tower. I like it though. I tell you, like, this is things moving with the mind. Things being shaken up. Like I said, some of y'all have to be put in some unshakable situations so you can be able to make a decision instead of just waiting on the decision necessarily to come to you. Because sometimes y'all like to wait, do that logical bullshit, weigh the pros and cons. Is this this? Is this this? Because y'all are the fair card of understanding what is right and wrong. And y'all are that card where it speaks of like what's right and what's wrong necessary. Shit, some bit me. I gotta hear it up. And what's the word I'm trying to get out? Y'all are the card of justice necessary. And I think I said this like in the June monthly reading, or was it June? I think it was June necessary. I said in that reading where I was like, y'all gotta necessarily learn how to know what is black and what is white, what is wrong in your moral compass, and stop thinking about everybody for once and just necessarily think about what it is that you need to take care of you. If it's outside of a business setting, or necessarily seeing how your actions affect others, necessarily what it is that's going on in your life, like all those different types of things. Because a lot of times Libra energy sometimes get caught up where a lot of times where people can call y'all to be mediums, because y'all can be sometimes unbiased but biased at the same times necessarily, so it can come out very kind of like messy like. And sometimes it can mean the complete opposite or whatever. So that's why I said yeah. So yeah, that's it. So you got Hermit, 7 of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. Some of y'all are taking the actions to become closed off. I don't know if it's like you, it's like this forcible, like, get in there, because you got the 7 of Wands, because it speaks of like lack of boundaries, like trying to close certain things out. Because I tell you, every time I see this rhombus, it's kind of like she's trying to keep 2 worlds separate. So I don't know, that could be you, that could be emotions and logic, how you can like, I'm trying to keep them separate. I really am. Whew, this shit biting the shit out of me. Whew, I'm doing the rest of my room. I can't. I lied. I fucking lied, y'all. I can't. Whew, I could not focus. I'm trying to focus, y'all, because these mosquitoes are biting me. Anywho, but there might be people just constantly being in your business necessarily, because gossip, flies mean gossip and like unexpected changes that come into your life. So that's why I said yeah. So that could be necessarily what's going on around you though. So that's why you kind of like, let me go by myself. Or you probably learning how you got yourself in a situation where people constantly feel like they can, like they know you. Like that's what kind of gives me though. Like you know people or they know you. Because you got Four of Pentacles and you got the Temperance though. Reverse of Wands. You got the I said Wands, the Temperance reverse. So some of y'all necessarily may be in that though. Yeah, that's gonna be my last one for today. It is. Whew. Girl, my hand itching. I mean my arm itching. Four of Pentacles and the Temperance though. Some of y'all may have like a bad type temper. Necessarily. Very impatient. It's just like somebody more focused on the outside world than necessarily the inside, what goes on in their mind and their heart. So it's kind of you getting this karmically push to go within to understand what the hell is going on with you for your embetterment and your lifestyle. So that's why I say with that Seven of Wands don't necessarily, I'm sorry y'all, it's taking me a long time to get this out. Mosquitoes necessary, that's shit, I know what's going on. That's y'all. Like it take y'all a long time to make decisions. It take you a long time to choose you. It take you a long time to figure out what is fair, what is right, or necessary to get the ball rolling. That's what it is. Some of y'all may be some procrastinators. Damn, I knew that's where that was coming up with that message. All right, okay, let's go. Somebody wait too long. You got Three of Swords. You got you got Three of Swords, King of Swords, and you got the Page of Wands and the Emperor. Some of y'all take too long with cutting shit out. Y'all really do with the Emperor. Some of y'all take too long when it comes to a position of authority. It's kind of like if somebody comes to you and they tell you something, or you in a position, it's kind of like you may let somebody chastise your position or trick you out of your position necessarily unknowingly. That's what a lot of y'all do though. Like y'all take too long to make necessary decisions. You got Queen of Cups, reverse, Eight of Pentacles, and you got the Four of Cups though. So that's why I said, and the Lovers being reversed. That's why I say it's kind of like at this tower type moment, it's creating a situation to where you're focusing on what it is. Like, I don't know if it's somebody else's lesson that's making you sit back and see like, okay, this is what I need to do. Or your emotional aspects of how you're starting to pay attention to detail of how you may not act in the most loving frequency. Or understanding what his love is, or taking accountability for certain actions when it comes to your own happiness. That's what it kind of gets me though. It's kind of like in a position somebody takes too long, or Three of Swords, they could do certain things that hinders the position of power, because you got the Lovers reverse. All right, okay. Queen of Swords reverse. You got Page of Pentacles, and you have the World reverse. Jesus. Blunt truths. That's harsh truths. Harsh truths and harsh lessons. Whew. Page of Swords in the World don't necessarily. This Queen of Swords, if you dealing with like some infidelity type matter necessarily, it's kind of like you skipping over the whole ordeal. Like you really is, because you got Lovers in the middle. The Queen of Cups. And you got Queen of Swords here, and you got the Emperor here. So if it's a relationship and a connection, it's kind of like somebody necessarily is in a lover's triangle type situation, and somebody's not taking accountability for how the roads were led there. Queen of Swords being reversed is kind of like necessarily how you speak, or necessarily dealing with the truth. So it's kind of like, I don't trust them, or a person's not trusting you. So that's what they need to do to feel fulfilled. So I'm going to go through his phone. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, because they're not emotionally satisfied within themselves unless it is proven to them. Somebody has to dance around somebody's insecurities. That ain't fair. I'll tell you that. That's not fair. Relationship gonna go to shit after that. I tell you that. Once you start trying to get a motherfucker to prove to you who they is, that relationship gonna go to shit. All y'all just gonna be doing is a Six of Wands in a position where y'all just gonna be seen together, but necessarily behind closed doors, that relationship gonna be shit. I'm telling you, it is. Because it's the lack of trust. And you don't want to be there no more. Even if something did happen necessarily, if you're there and you're going to work through it, you got to learn how to work through it necessarily, but not just be, yeah, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, girl, like that. But then behind closed doors, I hate you. Five of Wands, Ten of Swords, Six of Swords, and back to the Four of Pentacles. Somebody can't let something go. Five of Wands necessarily means, like, look at y'all jumping through loopholes. It's one person, like, necessarily, well, I'll do this. Like somebody trying to cater to somebody necessarily to say, okay, like, okay. Like, dead ass. Like, somebody's trying to cater to somebody. Like, somebody's trying to be the martyr. Somebody's always the victim. They keep reverting back to something. Like, somebody's not taking accountability and necessarily. Because you got the Six of Swords reversing the Four of Pentacles. Like, if a relationship is so detrimental or something that happened, why do you keep going back to it? Why? Like, dead ass. Dead ass. Like, if you keep going back to it, why do you keep complaining about it? Necessarily, if you're dealing with cheating or infidelity, if you know that you should be so to the point with that Eight of Pentacles energy, this nigga come home this time, walk out the door at this time, he gonna go here. You should be the best damn PI from the shit that your nigga or female do, to the point where you know if they a serial cheater, to where you know what they gonna do for nobody ain't even gotta tell you. That's where your insecurities start getting the best of you, necessarily, where somebody gotta bounce to somebody tune. You got King of Cups though. King of Cups. You got King of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, and the Justice though. With the Seven of Wands and the Knight of Wands and the Justice though, necessarily here though, this is the energy of somebody feel like, if it's like infidelity or something like that somebody's dealing with, somebody wants their partner to necessarily choose them, and they want everything to be good because you got the Queen of Pentacles. Like, somebody wants somebody to necessarily invest in them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with infidelity. It could be a partner necessarily who works too much or spend times elsewhere, whatever the case may be. But it's kind of like somebody wants somebody to choose them, or necessarily they creating this illusion or this idea that it's these bitches, it's these bitches, it's these bitches, necessarily, that you keep bringing the bitches in a relationship. You know how they say your mouth can sow seeds, necessarily? Like, that's the energy somebody's on. Because you got the Hermit and the Two of Cups. Yeah, that's what it's like. Somebody wants somebody to choose them. Ooh, hell no, hell no, hell no, hell no. If you in a relationship necessarily, you done deal with infidelity and you took the person back, but you keep bringing it up, you damn sure is not showing somebody that you want them to, that you want to work it out. If you want them to choose you, it's kind of like you want them to choose the other person because you keep bringing them up. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's fucked up as it seems. If you ain't bringing them up to heal that aspect to be able to move on, you just speaking them up for no reason. Sorry, like you is. And then too, it kind of give me though, with like a person, they playing like this mind game fuckery or whatever the case may be. Like, if it's a masculine or a feminine, they kind of got two people pit against each other, because you got the Two of Pentacles reverse, you got the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups though. I think it's coming clear to somebody, like, yeah, it's like they pitted me against each other, or they keep fluctuating back and forth between the both of us. Like, that's what somebody's coming into a realization though, because you got Queen of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Four, and the Nine, and the King of Wands though. It's kind of like been tiresome. So it necessarily don't have to be a dude. Like, it don't even have to be a partner. It could be somebody coming to you. Yeah, you know so-and-so, so-and-so. Where they feeding them damn insecurities. And then you coming home like, I'm going to check his phone when he sleep. Or I'm going to do this. It's like that. Somebody feeding you these insecurities. Because you got Queen of Wands, Ten of Wands, Four of Wands, and you got the King of Wands. This is a relationship, a partnership, being on the same team. And it's been a long time coming. You got Page of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Eight of Cups. Some of y'all think the lesson they're necessarily learning when it comes to partnership or team, or just your part necessarily in it, I think some of y'all may have recognized that y'all had misgivings. Somebody doesn't know how to give or receive. Somebody has a control problem, because you got Capricorn energy here as well as the Eight of Cups. Independently, somebody doesn't necessarily take emotional accountability. Like, somebody avoids going within themselves to understand the reasons why they do what it is that they do, or committing, or necessarily fluctuating between two partners necessarily though. This don't give me like polygamy type state. Like, it really don't. It don't. It necessarily don't, though. Whew. It don't. Let me see what else going on. So I can wrap this up, though. Ooh, baby, I'm scared of you. Girl. That fucking card. Jesus Christ. That fucking card. Woo. Temperance on the bottom of the deck. I think some of y'all, ooh, 301s. You got the sun, though. Some of y'all maybe. That's 17. I keep telling everybody to pick a year from 2010 to 2020. Some of y'all may be going through karmic type lists and situations that may be going on for a long time. From 2017, even if it's the idea of relationship, or you've been in a you've been in a relationship necessarily with somebody for 3 years, or you could have been single for 3 years necessarily. You seeing how like this puts you in a position that it does with people. If you keep meeting people in relationships and you don't like it, if it's you not being honest, or you don't like the way a person is lying because you lie to them as well, though. Because you got 4 of swords, 3 of wands, and the 7 of swords as well. Like, this is a person who uses this, I'm going to walk away, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to do this because they're lying. Somebody necessarily leaves the relationship to go with somebody else. This ain't for every Libra. I want to say that, so don't make it yours. This ain't for every Libra. They know exactly who it is. You got 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the Hierophant. That's why I said this ain't for every Libra. It's a routine with them. Like, this has been a pattern for somebody for like 3 years necessarily. Like, they do this all the goddamn time. Like, they do this, though. Get mad, storm out, leave, and then go be with somebody else. Somebody live in 2 homes. I don't know who that is necessarily. Or you could be the side bitch, and you know this. Or the side nigga. Because you got 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and the Hierophant. So this is what they give to you. Somebody may be lying, telling you, oh, I'm going to marry you. We're going to do this, da 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 da. But they're giving you, this is what you reaping, the financial type status. They may be paying you. It could be sugar daddy S. And then you like, oh my God, where's love? Where's love? Don't know how to play a side chick properly. Not you. Alright, going back my phone. I had to delete some shit necessarily though. But this message just ain't for every Libra though. I said overall mood though. We do got the Temperance being reversed, 2 of Wands, and you have the Strength and the 9 of Swords or whatever the case may be. Some of y'all may be losing patience and strength in the connections though. It look like somebody may have done something in the past that has affected the relationship necessarily. For me, it doesn't even, like, for some, it's not the story of cheating though. Some of y'all necessarily, it's between the martyr, the victim, the person who necessarily wants to do too much is having empathy. Some of y'all are learning, some of y'all coexist necessarily between this is my emotions and this is logic. So when it gets y'all in situations that you in now, like a tower type moment, it's trying to force you to apply both. But somebody necessarily doesn't know how because the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups is reversed. So it's using that feminine and masculine energy to be able to move forward necessarily in situations. Over here you have the Magician, where you hear me say using both, but it takes for you to utilize all the energies and entities or necessary lessons in you. It makes you feel vulnerable. And some of y'all don't know how to deal with your own vulnerability though, necessarily though. But yeah, that's what I said. It ain't that though. But like I said, some of y'all just operating out past hurt, past pain, and then trying to move forward. And then it's like, I think you better let it go. Because if you want to be in a relationship and you want to be with somebody, that's cool though. But if you still just operating on that old paradigm to where y'all going through each other's phone, arguing, accusing each other, cheating and shit, and y'all really ain't cheating, but you doing shit necessarily, I'ma leave, da-da-da-da-da. Because a person doesn't know how to communicate, that'll create a whole world of chaos necessarily unwarranted to where y'all able to progress. Let me see what card this was that dropped. It hit the flow. Hit the flow necessarily. Hit the flow. Hit the flow necessarily. Hit the flow. Way. I'll be trying to cut my head out. Scorpionic energy. Some of y'all gotta make some major transformations, sweetie. Some of y'all do though. But I tell you, some of y'all may be trying to do them real quick though, because I told you that moth energy hops to the next best thing in the animal tarot. That's fire energy. So that's a person who's attracted to the next fiery thing. Like you see moths get burnt out by a flame. So like, oh my God, this is so pretty. And some of y'all necessarily have to learn that, though. So it could be a partner, it could be you. Necessarily kind of give me good Libra energy, though, necessarily, though. If this was you in the past, I think is you recognizing if you want to work out with somebody, if they are younger or necessarily older than you, seeing that, okay, I was like this. Or a partner is learning this, though, necessarily, but it doesn't mean that somebody has to stay in that style of relationship. That's the whole ordeal with people that recognize. I don't care how much you love somebody. If you don't want to stay, you don't have to stay. I'm not committing breakups, but if you do decide to stay, and y'all both decide to work on it, don't nobody want to hear the mistakes of tomorrow over and 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 over again. So I don't know if you're telling somebody that necessarily your commitment is being tested. As I said, some of y'all ain't going through infidelity. Some of y'all going through your personal awakening with you trying to ascend and figure out what it is that you need to do, like you self-reflecting on your actions and your partner, like, what's going on? Is they cheating? And it's like, no. Nothing will come of the situation. That's why I said some of y'all just arguing. It's like it ain't even been into a seed. Like it hasn't even been enough to sprout. The plant hasn't even been watered. And your partner may be like, shit, I'm going through a fucking midlife crisis. And you over here talking about I'm cheating. Ain't nobody fucking cheating on you. Anywho, you got the energy is gaining momentum. You and your loved ones are safe necessarily. That's why I said this gives me more of a Libra problem. Not necessarily the relationship dynamic problem. But it may be like divine may be trying to show you in the connections that you have with people how they may be resisting you or not connecting with you in this moment. Because you got a personal issue reaches a solution and your dreams need a practical plan. It did seem like somebody was all over the place. I will tell you that. Balance and spirituality and practicality. Conclusions are within reach. Like you got to balance though. Spirituality and practicality. Like you really do. Not your emotions and what you got. Is that the same person just wrote by? Anywho, but conclusions are within reach though. It is. You got meditate and contemplate, and the end of a tough cycle is approaches though. That's why I said necessarily though. So hopefully I got y'all some good gems, jewels that you could apply to your life if I didn't hit your situation. Sorry. It was like other posts that you could possibly check out. I'm finna upload these. I don't know if I'm gonna keep going because these mosquitoes are eating my ass. So I don't know though, but that's why I said just moving forward though, Libras in that energy. I just wanted to say, if you and a partner are dealing with a bounce back after infidelity, that's your partner where they're gonna have to recognize what's drawing them to this, or you have to recognize what's drawing to this. If you cheating and they cheating and you just mad because somebody got caught and they don't want to admit like you got caught, but they got caught, it's kind of like tell them don't bring me down. Should you say you want to work on it? Like, I'm sorry, that's so petty. It really is. My bad. I had a moment. That wasn't my higher self. Some of y'all just caught up on the past, though, necessarily. And I think some of y'all recognizing through the way people connecting with you and they not connecting with you no more. So I think it's all a part of the seeing that you have to let certain friendships, certain things, certain people behind, and you just like, yeah. So that's why I say I think that's what it is. I think it's more of a Libra problem and not somebody else's problem. So, yeah, I think y'all just so used to fixing or listening or trying to bring balance to everybody else's situation and not divine. Like, shit, give me what you gave everybody else. That time you put into everybody else. Let me see, can you put it into you? So, yeah, that's it. And I don't know if you're going to like it when you come out on the other side because all them people that you possibly put before you or the transgressions that you done did to others or others have done to you, I don't think you're going to like it when you come out into a space of ascended because you possibly ain't going to have no more patience for a lot of shit. Pro tip. So other than that, I got to go.